What's up guys, it's Johnny here from Retroplay Games, and today we're going to be cracking open 2 boxes of the new Yu-Gi-Oh set Wild Survivors, looking for 2 of my favorite things, burgers and dinosaurs. Let's do it. Alright, here we go guys, 2 boxes of Wild Survivors. Normally we do 1. I ordered a lot of this set. Lots of the guys at the store for OTS are looking to pick up singles. So I'm going to be opening more product to make sure we have the singles that people want to get on hand. I know my boy Dea is looking for burgers. Myself and a couple other people are excited about the dinosaur support that's in here. And then it's also introducing the Transcendosaurus series. It's another sub-archetype for dinosaurs. And the Vanquished Soul and Nouvelle archetypes are coming to the TCG in this set. There's some really exciting collector rares that we want to get our hands on as well. I would absolutely love to get Ultimate Conductor Tyranno collector rare. So here we go. We're going to just jump right in. Doesn't really need any more introduction. Let's stake our souls on these 2 boxes. Bless the pulls, people. Here we go. OTS has been steadily growing at the shop, which is great. The community keeps getting bigger and bigger. We've got some new players coming into the game, some young people that are just getting started, and we've got some returnees that are coming back to Yu-Gi-Oh! As well, which is great to see. Myself included in that. I'm still in the process of getting some of the cards I need for my deck. But I'm almost done with it. I'm ready to join the fray again. It looks like it's got the 25th anniversary logo on there. So again, I think I've mentioned this in several of my videos. I am super pumped for the vintage re-release. I did pick up a vintage set of cards. I'm going to be talking about that in a different video here. Those are going to be going off to PSA. And then the next video is also going to be a PSA return, which included some Yu-Gi-Oh! For the first time. Usually I send Pokemon. This time I had some folks jump in with me on it, and we sent off some nice Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards to PSA. I got some great returns, so look forward to that video as well. Let's get into these boxes. It's about 1,000,000 degrees in the studio today. Solda. Okay, it's one of those sets where everything is rare. Incantation Chalice Lime. Restaurant at Table, True King Lithosagem. All these kaijus are coming back into play now. Very popular in this current meta. Happy to see that because I picked up some of the higher rarity ones back in the day when I first started getting into Yu-Gi-Oh! Here. Giant Rex, Vanquished Soul Dust Devil. There's a UCT there. Fossil Dig is a rare, that's cool. Miscellaneousaurus, Chef's Special Recipe. I think Dolka's in this set as well. Dolka, an absolute staple XCs for dinosaurs. Get the 2 negates out of them, which is awesome. Frostosaurus. Reset de Poisson, fish recipe. A little bit of French action in there. Allure of Darkness, popular card. There can be only 1. I do like these cards where everything is rare, or these sets where everything is rare. Doesn't feel like you're getting a bunch of bulk commons. Instead, you're just getting a bunch of bulk rares. Oh, cool. Lost World is a rare as well. Double Evolution Pill. Vanquished Soul, Pluton HG. There we go. Add into our pile of foils. Enemy Controller. I saw somebody in one of the groups was, apparently in Japan, you can buy an enemy controller. Ooh, nice Soul Eating Oviraptor. You can buy, hey, there we go. We're getting some of those ritual monsters there. Barrelabase de Nouvelle. Lots of French in this set so far. That's really cool artwork, though. I'd like to see that in a foil as well. But somebody in the groups was mentioning from Japan, you can buy the enemy controller, like a plastic replica of it, and it's actually huge. I don't know if it was plush or if it was plastic. I think it was a plastic replica of the enemy controller art from the card. Super cool, very expensive, importing things from Japan. Incantation. Veil Grill de Nouvelle. There we go. Ooh, Animadorned Archosaur. I had the secret rare of that, but that's nice to get a reprint. That card was insanely expensive for a long time. Petite Pteranodon, another Allure of Darkness. There's some great reprints in this set, guys. If you want to play Dinosaur, there's never been a better time. You don't have to try to hunt down 3 copies of the starter deck anymore. It looks like a box of this is going to satisfy the vast majority of the core that you need. Fire Formation Tinky, Preparation of Rites, Xeno Meteorus. There's a new dinosaur here. Card is destroyed by battle or card effect. Special summon from your hand. During the main phase, destroy 1 dinosaur in your deck, hand, or field. Special summon 1 dinosaur, normal monster from hand or deck. You cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn, except Dragon, Dinosaur, Sea Serpent, or Worms. Nice. Sweet card. Baby Cerosaurus, True King with the Sagem again. There can be only one. So yeah, small set. You know, people that are familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh! Are aware. These interim sets are rather small, but this one has some great reprints for fans of Dinosaur, which is actually kind of a fringe deck right now. One of the guys, or I guess a rogue deck you would call it, one of the guys at the store is playing Dinosaur, Tearlament, something else in there as well. He really likes to brew and always includes dinosaurs in it when he can. Cultus de Nouvelle. Pteranodons. Yeah, we're gonna have lots of dinosaur singles on hand. If anybody wants to get back into the game too, for anybody that's watching that's local, or even if you're not local and you're thinking about getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh!, Dinosaur is a great place to start. Vanquish Soul Continue, because it is not a hard deck to play. It's relatively straightforward, and then now, like I said, with this Wild Survivors set, there are plentiful access to all of these cards, and you get them all at rare too, so you don't have to run commons and stuff. Those are Solda, Prep of Rites. Look at these guys. Incantation, True King, Lithosagem. Whoops. Throwing cards all over the place. I can actually probably just tuck these into the box because I'm going to forget about it later on. Let's go Collector UCT. Got Duelist Nexus coming out soon. We're going to be doing a premiere for that at the store, which is awesome. So for anyone that's local, look for that event coming up soon for registration. We had a great time with the Cyberstorm Access one that we did. That was the first premiere for Retroplay Games since we got OTS. And it was a lot of fun. I actually got to play in it, which I never really have time to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm trying to get in on a Warhammer Age of Sigmar League right now too, and struggling to find the time to play it. Fossil Dig, Allure of Darkness, there can be only one. There we go, I think I found the proper holding spot. I hate balancing my elbow on the desk because I got this arm that's holding my phone, and my desk is not like super steady, so if I move or bump it a little bit, then the arm just wiggles. There we go. Just lifted up my arm, and now we got the... Ooh, a Hungry Burger foil. There you go, Dea. I got your burgers, boy. I remember thinking that card was so stupid back in the day. Like, there's a lot of dumb stuff in Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm not gonna lie, but it really does tickle the nostalgia. Hungry Burger is one of the OG cards. So there's a lot of people that were around for the dawn of the game that are going to be excited to see some of this stuff coming. Meat Recipe. Lure of Darkness. We're getting a lot of these. How many cards is in this set? 60 cards. So we're going to have play sets of stuff. For sure. Lost Worlds. I'm gonna have to upgrade my Lost Worlds to the rares. I think I just have the basic boy common ones. Yeah, great PSA return. Just came in today as of the filming of this video, so I'm actually gonna I'm a little bit behind on video content, so I'm going to go ahead and rip through that reveal after this, but that video is not going to come out until next week. But we did really well. I sent a bunch of Pokemon alts, did really well on, and then like I said, one of the guys at the shop threw in some Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. And I think you Yu-Gi-Oh fans here that are watching this are really going to like to see what came back in that. PSA was very generous with the vintage, which hasn't been the case for me sending vintage Pokemon. I sent modern stuff, like I said, alt arts from recent sets. But the vintage stuff that I got, they really are hardcore on the grading for that. I feel like it's a lot easier to get 10s on modern cards, especially Japanese. Like the quality of Japanese cards is just so much better than English printing, which is sad, but I mean, the market for English cards is absolutely bonkers. They print a lot more English stuff than they do Japanese, I think. So the quality, you know, you can have stuff cheap, you can have it good quality, or you can have it quickly. Choose two, as they say in project management. So it is what it is. We're not going to get perfect. Ooh, Vanquish Soul, Caesar, Valius. Ultra rare for the box. Very nice. Soul Eating Oviraptor there. Another Allure of Darkness. So, you know, you're not going to have it all go your way all the time. We're not going to be getting the perfect cuts, off-center, stuff comes out, dings from the factory, print roller lines, which actually I've been seeing that in some of the Flesh and Blood cards lately too. Ooh, cool. Transcendosaurus Gigantozauler. Dinosaur Fusion. Very cool artwork. Deck Devastation Virus. But that's why PSA 10 cards are worth what they are, right? Because it's a gamble. You're not guaranteed to get a 10 out of the pack. And I've talked about that in numerous grading videos, and likely we'll talk about it again in the next grading video. People assume, oh, okay, well, I bought this out of the pack, or I pulled this fresh out the pack, I'm going to send it to PSA. And it's going to be Transcendosaurus Meteorus. And it's going to be, you know, PSA 10 guaranteed because it's come fresh right out of the pack, but that's not the case. It is a gamble. Like I said, there's numerous factors that go into the printing of the cards. And it's the same with every card game. Grand Archive is brand new. The guys have done great. And actually, I should talk about that too. I met the creators of Grand Archive at Anime North, which was awesome. But even that game, you know, it's brand new. They're using advanced printing techniques, very high quality cardstock, and even that game, like there's centering issues with the cuts. It's just no matter what TCG or collectible card game or what have you, you are sending. Sports cards, for anybody that's into sports, it's always a gamble of what you're going to get. CT, Eradicator. Ooh, there we go. Vanquish Soul Heavy Borger. Borger! We're getting burgers and we're getting Borgers. That's really cool artwork. Very cool. That's 2 ultra rares for the box. So there's secrets in here. 10 ultras, 15 supers, 35 commons. On HG. Overall, not too bad. Got some of the dinosaurs we were looking for. Got a foil Hungry Burger, which is dope. It'd be sweet if it was a collector rare. Is it though? I always got to go back through because the lighting when I'm holding it up, like I'm watching it on my monitor through the camera. So it wouldn't be the first time that I've missed a card that's actually super high rarity. Nope, it's not. So we got actually 3 ultra rares in the box. There we go. There's our spread of ultras. For box number 1, not too bad. Maybe we'll get a 4th one in here. No guaranteed amount of cards per box. Usually it says on there. I didn't look at it before I started ripping. Take a look at the second box here and see if it specifically mentions what the pull rates are. So Set content subject to change. Find that hard to believe. It's a sealed box. No specific rarity is guaranteed to exist within an individual pack, box, or cases unless otherwise indicated. So no, it doesn't. There's no guarantee. So maybe we got a sweet extra card there. We got the Vanquished Souls, Valius, Orger, Nouvelle Restaurant at Table. Alright. Why I was fooling around with pulling at that cellophane, and I've got my handy dandy box opener here. There we go. So clear that out of the way. We got our 3 ultras here. Let's see what we get from box number 2. Let's go collect a rare UCT. Got another PSA sub coming up with some of the other collector rares and high-end stuff that we've pulled from previous box opening videos, so I'm excited to send that stuff off. And Mewtwo from Pound Zenith, I think that's probably gonna gem. Some other Pokemon cards that have come in recently, a couple of Yu-Gi-Oh! Collector rares. We got a lot more goodies to send off to PSA. And I'm teaming up with another guy, Rick I've had on the channel before here and had on the Facebook too, for anybody that's followed the social media. We're teaming up to start doing regular PSA submissions. So for anybody that's local, or even if you're not, if you want to send your cards, we're going to be doing frequent PSA submissions, which is great. I was going through M&T grading. You know, for what it was when PSA was completely jammed and the price per card was just insane, it was an okay solution. But I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think that the standards for grading were super stringent. I sent a Mewtwo GX, a secret rare, the one where he's like in the cloning tube, Mewtube as they call it, and it was grossly off center, and they gave it a 9.5. It's like, were you sleeping when you graded that card? Like, there's no way. Lots of issues that people have reported. There was a guy actually just in one of the groups, it was either yesterday or the day before, that was complaining that he had a card that was damaged by them. I've had cards come back with stuff stuck in the cases, and you know, post-it note quality control notes were stuck to them. So stick your soul. There we go for the ultra rare. So, you know, it is what it is. The reality is that they're charging essentially the same as what PSA is charging. Granted, the turnaround is a lot quicker, but you're really not getting any gains out of it. If you got a chance, like a solid chance at a 10, you can get decent value out of 10s. So I sent a Japanese Umbreon, you can see that on the channel when it came back. We sent a Japanese Umbreon secret rare, and it did come back at 10, and that did actually, I did well on the value of it, because it's a very high likelihood that you're going to be able to cross that over. One thing I will say in MNT's favor is they don't hand out 10s like candy. It's tough to get a 10 with them. Some of the grading is like, how could you possibly assign that sub for that card? But there's probably a good likelihood that that would cross to PSA 10 or Beckett 9.5 or 10 even. So it was a really good card. Like I try to do my best to eyeball and make sure I'm gonna get as high a grades as possible. Some stuff I just grade because it's rare and it's valuable. I want to get it encapsulated, which you'll see in the next video. There's a card that was in, hey, another foil Hungry Burger. Very bad shape that I sent. I knew it was gonna get a 1. It certainly did get a 1, but the point is it's an incredibly rare card, so... Plus, it's kind of funny, some people collect PSA 1s. You know, there's some cards that are just astronomically expensive. People can never hope to afford getting anything of a, you know, higher grade. So people do collect PSA 1. Some people just collect PSA 1 specifically, just because. So you can get a premium for some PSA 1 cards. But I've stopped dealing with MNT. They sent me a message and were like, hey, because I've been going through PSA. Like I said, they were charging the same as what PSA was charging, Now the turnaround time is a lot quicker, like I said, but you got to pay shipping, you got to pay insurance, and you know, there's no multiplier of the value of your card. So really you're just sinking an extra, what, $35 integrating your card, and it doesn't increase the value. There's some people on the Canadian market that will collect mint. A lot of people are saying, you know, give them a chance, they're a Canadian company. 100%, I totally agree. I did give them a chance, and I graded with them for quite some time. Sent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cards through them over the last couple of years, and the market for them just has not taken off in a big way. I've seen other vendors have moved back towards PSA now that things are open. It's the standard, and it's just not as easy to move cards graded through mint grading like it is PSA. You know, your people are more than likely to just pay you the raw value based on the condition that they've assigned it. And then the nail in the coffin for me was, you know, they sent me a message that said, hey, you haven't graded with us in a while. We're going to go ahead and remove your store from the site. I was like, all right, well, you know, what's like, I just don't understand what the incentive is. They did some weird things throughout the course of my partnership with them as well, where they're, oh, okay, well, we're now going to be offering tickets exclusively through this vendor, and if you buy directly from us, they're going to be more expensive. Like, well, why would you do that? Like, you're kind of alienating yourself from a customer base that may not have access to certain distributors. Like, it's not easy to get an account with all the distributors. Some of them you have to jump through more hoops than others. The particular distributor that I was talking about, or that I'm talking about here, that Mint had partnered up with, required a very, very large opening order. And again, this was all happening, you know, at the start of, throughout the course of the pandemic. So everybody and their family were essentially trying to get into the card space at the time. We're trying to open up stores and get wholesale because Pokemon was taking off. Everybody was spending lots of money on cards. Yu-Gi-Oh was taking off. Magic was like, it was the absolute Wild West of pricing for everything, essentially. The pandemic was crazy, crazy times. And so it wasn't easy to get an account with that particular vendor. It took me some time to, you know, work up to the large opening order. There was like $6,000 or so that I had to spend all at once to get the account. So I went to Mint and was like, hey guys, like, why are you, you know, alienating smaller people like me? You can't all have accounts with all these vendors. Some of them don't use that vendor. I don't know. It left a bad taste in my mouth. And then the final nail in the coffin was, okay, well, we're gonna cut your partnership and remove you from the website unless we receive cards from you by such and such a date. Like, it was not very professional. It felt to me like they were more interested in just trying to get money, that things had slowed down for them, so they're going to start clipping vendors off their partnership list, which makes sense, you know, but I mean, I don't know, just left a bad taste in my mouth. Some of the grading subs that I sent through them took insanely long turnaround times to get back when they shouldn't have. So, you know, and then they implemented this guarantee, like, oh, well, we guarantee that you're gonna get your cards back within a certain amount of time, but now we're charging significantly more money for it. It's like, okay, great, whatever. But it was very frustrating when I had, you know, a 90-day turnaround order in for 100 cards, and I would hit them up and be like, hey guys, you know, my cards were supposed to be back next week. What's going on here? Ooh, there we go. Vanquish, Soul Caesar, Valius. My cards aren't back yet. My customers are kind of getting upset with you, getting upset with me, you know, and I don't make any guarantees. I say this is the expected turnaround time, but grading is kind of the Wild West with PSA and basically everything at this point, so who knows how long it's actually going to take. And, you know, oh, well, it's going to be shipping out. It's going to be shipping out. It never shipped out. I just had all kinds of problems with turnaround time with them. And it got to the point where I just couldn't deal with it anymore. Like, customers are spending thousands of dollars and expecting a reasonable time to turn around these cards and they're just not coming back. And that was the end of it for me. I'm just gonna go with PSA. I'll bite the bullet and spend the extra money as needed. Prices have come back down through PSA, which is great. So it's not an arm and a leg to grade your stuff anymore, especially if you get in on some of the larger bulk submissions. It just takes time, but the time is worth it. The multiplier is there on your cards for value, so it's worth it to spend the time waiting. Transcendosaurus Gigantozauler again. And Truth King Lithosagem to finish off that pack. We've got 4 more packs to go. Solda, enemy controller, deck devastation. Hey, there we go. Vanquish Soul Pantera. So that gives us 4 ultra rares for this box. Pantera, that's pretty cool. Alright, 4 ultra rares. Yeah, Caesar Valius, Heavy Borger, and then Caesar Valius again, and Pantera. So that's 4 ultra rares in this box. Magic can happen. I think usually it's typically like 2 ultra rares a box, although they say, oh, we don't guarantee it, but sometimes you get those crazy pulls. Watch, it's going to be a collector rare too, and I skipped over it. UCT. Can be only 1. Don't get a super in every pack, do we? Oh yeah. Ah man, it's 1,000,000,000 degrees in here. I'm so hot and sweaty right now. My house is a little bit older, so it doesn't have the air conditioning that I would like it to have. Got to make do with opening the windows when it cools off at night, and it's just not doing the trick right now. People are like, oh, Canada, it's cold. No, no it is not. Not where I'm at. It doesn't even get cold in the winter anymore. You know, Meteorius. Meteorus. There we go. Last super for the box. And that's it. Right. I suppose we didn't pull 4 ultras out of this box. It's the heat that's getting to me. I had ultras from the other box too, still laid out here on the desk. So that completes it, guys. That is our 2 boxes of Wild Survivors. As always, the singles from this are going to be available shop.retroplaygames.com, or stop into the shop if you're local and want to check it out. Sweat is just pouring off my face. I hope it's not showing up on camera because it's super embarrassing. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Once again, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more awesome content coming to you from Retroplay Games. And check out the next video. It's going to be, again, that PSA reveal that I'm going to shoot momentarily here. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing. We're getting there. On the road to 100. I want to hit 100 subscribers within the next little bit here. And maybe we'll do a giveaway when we get to that point. I'm hesitant to do a giveaway because I don't want people to just subscribe to get in on that and then drop the channel. So when we hit 100 subscribers, we'll do a giveaway for all of the people that have loyally followed us along the way. So thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, play on.